places online, two. Start out with two that they may be on. Maybe it's Pinterest and Instagram. Maybe it's blogging and podcasts. Whatever those two things are, take those two things, strip away everything else, and do those two things well. Hey girl, I'm Margaret McGriff. I am a marketing coach and I help working moms who are struggling with their side businesses gain back their time, ditch the mommy guilt, and finally grow their side business. So let's chat a bit, shall we? So let me know if this is you. You've been grinding it out for a while in your side business. You're staying up late after the kids go to bed. You're waking up way before work to get stuff done on your side business. On the weekends, you're working on your business, doing the Instagram, the YouTube, the blogging, and you're like, nothing's working. Nobody's seeing my Instagram posts. Nobody's reading my blogs. Nobody's buying my services. Like, what's happening? Why isn't my marketing working? And trust me, I know the struggle. I know the struggle between my businesses, between being a writer, between my day job where we have companies who come in and say our marketing is not working. This is a common problem. So don't feel like you're alone, because trust me, it happens to the best of us. The key though to getting through that is figuring out what's not working and then quickly pivoting to what is. So what's the reasoning behind this? What's happening? Why isn't your marketing working? Now, while there is no one size fits all solution as to why your marketing is not working, it probably comes to these three things that we are going to chat about today. The first reason why your marketing may not be working is you don't know your ideal client as well as you think you do. Now, made this mistake a couple times myself, so I totally feel you on this. When we start a business, we're like, we know who the person is, we know who we want to serve, they probably look a heck of a lot like us, right? Or we're like, we want to help everybody, like I don't want to leave nobody out. And that's the mistake that happens with marketing, because when that happens and you're not clear about who you're trying to talk to or who you're trying to help, that's how it comes across in your messaging. So somebody comes to your Instagram post and she's like, I don't know. Like, is she talking to me? Is she not? Do I fit? And they go off to someone who, on the other hand, who was super clear about who their ideal client is, knows exactly what they're struggling with, down to the language and the terms they use, and then can come up with a solution that speaks exactly to that struggle and gives them the solution that they need right then. The problem with having too broad of an ideal client is you cast too far of a net and you're not going to catch anything. The key to a marketing strategy is being super narrow focused and being super clear about who that person is, what they struggle with, not just where they may live or how much money they make or what they may even look like. That is relevant, but we need to get deeper than that. We need to know, what do they fear the most? What keeps them up at night? What do their days look like? What do their nights look like? What do their relationships look like? Whatever is relevant to you and your business, you have to know exactly who that person is. And then you have messaging, marketing strategies, images, blog posts, whatever it is that you do in your business that speaks directly to that one person. Maybe even the person you are targeting doesn't read blogs. So you're spending all this time creating blogs and that person doesn't read blogs. They like podcasts. So knowing that, you might say, you know what, I need to switch my strategy up and maybe start a podcast, and on and on. Knowing your ideal client inside and out will help determine everything else that you do in your marketing, to what images you choose, to the type of colors you have, to the type of things that you say or write in a blog post or in a video or in a podcast. It's super important to know who your ideal client is. So if you feel like your marketing you're doing all the things and nothing is working, 9 times out of 10 is probably because you don't have a clear vision on who that ideal client is. So the solution, take a step back, give yourself not even a day or two, I would say a couple of days. To be quite honest with you, my market research sometimes takes me a couple of weeks because I really want to know who it is I'm talking to and who it is that I'm serving, so I can make sure everything that I'm doing speaks to her. So give yourself that time to do that market research. I know it may not be the sexiest thing to do or the most fun thing to do, but I promise your marketing strategy will thank you, and it will work if you take the time to figure out who that person is inside and out. The second reason why your marketing strategy isn't working is you're probably doing too much. It's not about how much you do. It's about doing the right things well. And this is something that I struggled with, and a lot of things that my clients have struggled with too, is they want to be doing all of the things. They want to have their hands in every single marketing pot, trend, whatever it is, they want to do it all. And as working moms, our schedules are limited as it is. So we're just burning ourselves out. And if we're burnt out, nothing is going to work. So instead of being in all of the things, let's take it back to step number 1 where we talked about our ideal client. Pick 2 places online. 2. Start with 2 that they may be on. Maybe it's Pinterest and Instagram. Maybe it's blogging and podcasts. Whatever those 2 things are, take those 2 things, strip away everything else, and do those 2 things well. Are you being consistent with the content? Is the messaging speaking to this person? Are you using the right images? Are you delivering value? You can evaluate all of these things and course correct as you go along, because you're only focusing on 2 things instead of all of the things. So it's not about being the jack of all trades here. It's about focusing on 2 things that you can do, and then later on, as your business grows, as your marketing strategy really kicks in and you want to add another platform, maybe you'll be in a position to hire out and have somebody help you with that platform, or you can set the other 2 on autopilot because you kind of have that going. However you want to do that, you can only do that if you are super clear and not burnt out. Because if you're burnt out, honey, you ain't doing nothing. You just want to go home and take a nap. So check and see if you're doing too much. What can you put aside for now? Maybe it's not being on Instagram right now. Maybe that blog can wait 6 months until you get these other 2 things together. Don't do too much. A lot of times nothing's working because we're doing all the things, and if you're doing all the things halfway, they're not going to get done well. And the third reason why your marketing may not be working is you're not tracking your marketing. What do I mean? Are you looking at the data? Are you looking at your Instagram insights, that tab that's on your Instagram profile? Are you looking at your email open and click-through rates? Are you looking at your website visits? Sometimes we may get a feeling, or we feel like something isn't working because it's not getting a result that we may think of. And when we look at the numbers, we might be saying, oh, you know what? This is a valuable strategy, or this is working. On the flip side, maybe you're just focusing on 1 or 2 marketing things and neither one of those are working. So to get a clear picture about what needs to be changed or what needs to be fixed, you need to be able to track it. Make decisions based on data, not on feelings, right? I'm saying I'm guilty of all of this, so don't feel bad, because I made decisions thinking something's not working, and I look at the data, I'm like, oh, well, I just needed to maybe change 1 or 2 things. So for example, let's say you feel like your email marketing strategy is just not working. No one's opening your emails. Nobody's clicking through. So when you're tracking your data after 30 or 60 or 90 days and you're just seeing that decline, okay, if the open rates are an issue, it's not your email content. You might have stellar email content, but nobody's opening it. Maybe you just need to tweak the subject line. So tweak the subject line and wait another 30 days and see if those open rates shoot up. Or if they're opening and they're not clicking, maybe the click link needs to be changed to a different color. Maybe it needs to be moved to the top of the email instead of the bottom of the email. You can play around with that and then track it for 30 and 60 days and see if that click-through rate goes up. So that's a step that a lot of entrepreneurs don't take because they're so fixed on the doing. I set aside time both in my day job and in my businesses. At end of the month are my analytics days. I sit down and I look at email stats, Instagram stats, website visits to get really a clear picture on what's working, what's improving, and what's not. And then I'll make one change in each area, write it down, what I've changed, so then when I go to analyze it the next 30 days, I can see if that change worked. So something that's simple as just taking a step back and looking at your data and figuring out exactly what's going wrong and then testing ways on how to fix it can do wonders for your marketing strategy. So these are just 3 of the reasons why your marketing strategy may not be working. Now, if you're sitting here and you're like, I'm not sure if it's my ideal client or if I'm doing too much or I'm totally lost on what all of these data and tracking may look like, I would love to help you. I'm offering free marketing assessments on my website. I've included the link below. On these free 20-minute calls, I will give you constructive feedback on your marketing strategy. I'll help you streamline whatever it is that you're doing. If you have a lack of time or you're always losing time or not finishing on time, how to streamline things and make things a little bit easier for your life. I can also help you find maybe more pockets of time where you can fit in some things like tracking your data or testing things. So I would love to get on the phone call with you, but my phone call spots are limited. So you want to go down and click the link below to schedule your 20-minute call with me. And I would love to chat with you. I geek out on marketing things all day. So I'm just giving you a heads up. I can geek out about it. All right. So thanks so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any videos. And we'll be chatting soon, hopefully on the call. All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye.